growing up, we've had so many people in our lives influencing us and teaching us who we need to be and telling us what's right and wrong. Most people as children had always looked to celebrities and famous people as a way to kind of grasp what life is and influence and create passion in our lives, and how Taylor Swift's example is and can be influential to everyone. I'll do this by using the topics of how she started young, how her music has changed and how she used her music to express herself, and what happened with her friends and fans and how that influenced her in her life. Taylor Swift growing up influenced me by her actions and by who she was and what she did to fight for what she wanted to be. And so my presentation today will be on Taylor Swift and the example she has set and how it can be influential to everyone. And if you bear with me, it'll make a lot of sense as to why I believe that for everyone, regardless of who we are, if you look past the celebrity and the fame, she really as a person for what she has accomplished and done is amazing. So Taylor Swift, when we think about it, she started at the age of 14 being a singer. She would go into concerts and she would perform. When she was little, she performed and sang the national anthem. And then she would go, her mom and dad were her biggest supporters. They would drive her to some different Nashville places where they recorded music, and she would bring covers in and say, I'm Taylor Swift, this is what I do, and no one would recognize her until finally she just decided to start writing her own music. And so from a newsletter called Entertainment Weekly titled American Girl by Chris William, the quote is, "If it probably didn't help that I wrote songs about every guy I talked to." So Taylor Swift, this proves that she used all her music from her life experiences, the people she met and people she had experience with, right? She used her day-to-day life as inspiration for what she was going to sing and present. So the way that I think of this as inspiration is Taylor, she kept going no matter how many people said, no, you're not good enough, we're not going to let you perform, you can't be a singer. She kept going and kept performing and changed her music and made it her own so that people started realizing how great she was. Her debut album was Love Story in 2008, and that's when people started realizing how amazing she was. And so it took a long time and she constantly got shot down, but she kept going, and I think that's really important for us to see, like, how she never gave up, and I think that's good for everyone to realize, like, never give up no matter what people tell you. So then music would be the next thing for Taylor Swift. She's known for her music, being a musician and an artist. She was, as I said, 17 when she started getting really popular, and has since then made so many different albums and so many different genres of music. And this is because people, mainly critics, but even her fans, were always saying, oh, she's country, right? But she should be a different one. And so she listened to those people, and she went from country to rock and pop and indie, and all these different genres, and everyone now can listen to different things, right? That she's created. And the reason for this, she explains, is in this article called Contemporary Music Review. It's titled Taylor Swift, The Work of Songwriting, by Nate Salone. Swift said, she explained her transition from country to pop as a natural expression of her changing tastes and her interests. And I do believe that that is true, but I also think if we look at her music and what she's done, she wears different outfits and she has different hairstyles and makeup styles. Like, Taylor has significantly changed as a human being over the time, over years of stardom. And I think that's a really good thought to say, like, to to be okay. She influences and explains that it's okay to change and to grow as a person. I think it shows that even when you're famous, like being who you are to the truest form, and seeing that she struggled with that, but she kept being who she was. She kept trying and learning, and she kept expressing herself to the fullest Taylor Swift that she could be. And I think that really is good for everyone to believe that being who you are to the fullest, regardless of what people say, is so important. And she really emphasizes that as living who she is. The last and final thing I want to talk about or point out would be Taylor Swift's friends and fans. In a quote from Woman of the Decade, Taylor Swift said, "I've had several upheavals of somehow not being what I am or should be. And this often happens more with women than it happens with men." And that's Taylor Swift basically explaining how it was really hard with everyone saying things about her and with everybody, opposing friends or critics or fans. Everyone was saying who she should be, and she stood up for herself through her music and her actions on how she should be her fullest self and how she can be whatever she wants to be, and no one has a say in it, right? No one should backtalk her or say anything about her, right? And in conclusion, I believe that by looking at Taylor Swift's life and her accomplishments and what she's gone through, we can see how she's used this to create an empire full of wonderful music and experiences for everyone and all her fans, right? But also, even if you're not a fan, I hope you can see that she really has been able to, if you just look at her accomplishments, how she fought for what she believed in, right? And she went for it, she went for her dream, and she made it. And so she can be such an influence and such an inspiration to everyone because of her accomplishments, because she got to where she wanted to go, and she made herself this big, amazing idol that everyone loves today. So with that, thank you for listening to me and my spiel and speech about Taylor Swift and what she can do to inspire all of us.